started in '96 with the Steel Sensation all steel drums, and it started off really well. Well, the steel drum was really made for like a poor man instrument. The drums was basically leftover oil drums from World War II. And the whole concept was to make it like affordable for people to play.
Ian happens to be the doorman of the building that I live in. And he told me that he was part of a steel band and he was interested in recording.
Basically what we do is rubber at the end of a regular sticks, like a drumstick. They will just have they will cut it to the size they want and they will wrap it with rubber.
We here at Avatar Studios have a policy to try to record things that are unusual. And in this case, steel drum bands is not something we record every day. So we wanted to, basically take it upon ourselves to do this, just to stretch ourselves and to gain more knowledge. The best way to prepare is to bring in some experts, and Roy Hendrickson, who's obviously been doing a lot of recording, and he knows the rooms inside and out.
When I first was asked to record a steel drum band, the first thought came to mind was there's a couple of steel drum players coming in, and that was it. So I was like, well, I'm not really sure how I would approach it. Probably maybe sort of a minimalist, sort of classical approach with minimal miking and so forth. When they actually showed up, however, there's a whole band of different kinds of steel drums. So it was a bit of discovery for me.
We have the bass, which consists of 6 steel drums. From that 6 drums, we have a cello drums, which is 3 drums. Then we have a double second, which is two drums, like a more alto. And then we have the lead, which we call the tenor, which normally plays the melody.
When we started the session, I spoke to the band a little bit, various members, kind of asking about their drums and about how they play, whether it's loud or quiet, and what's important about their sound and what's not important about their sound. And my approach, I basically was trying stuff. So since I hadn't done this kind of thing before, I've been really fascinated with decatries for a little while, something we're seeing more and more often. And, I've been having really great luck with the decatries. I figured I'm going to try that to try to capture an overall picture of the band sitting there playing together, sort of to see how honest that became. The large live recording space was obviously suited very well for a group of players playing instruments that were, basically pretty big sounding instruments, and able to give them plenty of room to set up how they're used to in maybe a live kind of setting. The thing that I learned to pay attention to is separation, or just the ability to make sure that you can hear all the individual parts clearly. The steel drums almost have like a reverb-y quality on their own, so if you're not careful, you might end up with some recording that could possibly sound a little out of focus.
One of the biggest problems we have is capturing the bass. Bass has a unique sound. Sometimes you lose the depth and you lose the tone of the drum itself.
The Studio C, we didn't isolate the bass. It's in there. It's just not quite as wide as I was wanting to get. I tried a few things to try to actually maybe get a more direct sound on the recording. Try to almost isolate them, or I get a more focused sound for the bass notes, because I think everybody really wanted to hear that part of the music. I was really, really happy with how the bass came out in Studio A versus Studio C. The fact that we isolated the bass, really helped quite a bit in the clarity of the sound and the size, the bigness of those bass notes.
The acoustics is phenomenal.
They're the kind of studio where you can go and put up a microphone, put it in front of somebody, and it just sounds good without having to work hard.
We have a group of 20 people who have a lot of experience and, of course, good maintenance of the gear. So we can pretty much handle any type of situation.
All of us come into this building, can't help but try things. That's part of our nature.
I mean, I don't know what you guys do, but, you know, it's working.